one of the most important litmus tests for our economy is bricks. The more bricks we use, the stronger our economy. But news today that our biggest brickmaker, Brickworks, is considering laying down some of its brick plans for a period of maintenance and care is perhaps a bit of a warning for our economy. Now, that's despite the Prime Minister's ambition to build an extra 1.2 million homes in the next 5 years, which prompted the company to say right now Australia is on the cusp of a significant building boom. Well, fresh from the company's annual meeting today, Brickworks Chief Executive Lindsay Partridge joins me now from its corporate office. Lindsay, many thanks for your time as always. Just explain first up, taking down those brick plants, is that mothballing them? What exactly are you doing there?
Well, it's really a strategic decision. We know we've got this big boom coming. We want all our plants to be able to run at full capacity for up to a decade. And some of them have been on for a decade already. They need some maintenance. So we think next year is going to be a bit quiet. So we'll take the opportunity to take them off sequentially, one at a time, clean them up, do the maintenance required and get them back online, ready for this boom that we think is coming our way.
So there's a boom coming our way. Is that because we're seeing 500,000 migrants coming into this country each and every year, because the Prime Minister has this aspiration for 1.2 million homes over the next 5 years?
Yeah, look, immigration, the strong immigration is part of it, but the fact is the rental vacancy rate is at record lows. There's absolutely nowhere for these new people to live. So, we need to get in and build. We need to meet the Prime Minister's target, and we're a long way behind. He's talking like 240,000 homes a year, and I think this year we'll be lucky if we do 175,000. So we're a long way short. We need to get the approval process sorted out. We need to have a lot of those immigrants coming in. They need to be tradespeople that can build houses like we did before in the 50s and 60s. And we just need to get on with it. But because of interest rates, a lot of young people, the affordability is not there for them, and first-home buyers can't afford a house currently.
So given all those circumstances, is the Prime Minister's target, is it overly ambitious?
Well, it's a great aspirational target. I wish him well. I hope he achieves it, because we're here ready to supply the bricks if he does, but they're going to have to clear a few roadblocks to make it happen. OK, then take me to inflation itself, which is keeping inflation, interest rates high in this country right now and suppressing the amount of home building. In your own business, you very much feel those inflationary pressures. Just explain where they're mostly coming from now. Well, I think there's two areas of interest. I mean, one, we all know the story around electricity and how that's increased over the last few years, and we don't see any change in that going forward. But the other one is, the capital works that the state and federal governments have been undertaking. It's been excessive, and it's consumed all the spare trades, it's consumed all the spare capacity for things like, ready-mix concrete or road base or sand and gravel. These things are all in very tight supply. So I'm glad to see that some of the projects with the Metro some of the stations have been pushed back. I'm glad to see some of the other capital programs that have been taken off the agenda, because we just need to kill that part of the economy so we make space for everybody else. But at the moment, the capital works has been so excessive, it's really just pushed everyone else out of the way.
But notwithstanding the fact that even capital works would mean there's a demand for bricks, so that'd be good technically for your business. But you're saying that notwithstanding all of that, some of this needs to be cooled down.
Well, look, that's right. A great example is the new airport. We're supplying the blocks for the new airport, but we can't get the raw materials to make the blocks because all the raw materials are going to the airport. It's a real catch-22.
So then take me to the other aspect of your business, which is obviously the land on which these giant warehouses sit. The likes of the DHLs, the Amazons of this world are sitting on your land that once could have been brick quarries, but today is obviously very valuable land. In regards to that, are you seeing more demand for those warehouses as we go forward?
Yes, look, the demand hasn't abated, and some of the other property developments out there, they've had trouble getting their projects approved on time, and they're delayed. And so, we're just very lucky. We're one of the only people that have got major land holdings available and are able to supply projects in a reasonable timeline. So I think it's very good. And of course, you've got this incredible switch to people want to get their parcels delivered home every day and buy things online, and that's just that side of the sector of the economy is growing dramatically. So we're very happy to be part of it. and I don't really see any abatement. We've announced one very large building. We're talking to a number of other parties. We're hoping, in the next few months we might be able to announce, a number of other buildings as well.
But the thing that got me, and this is inflationary in its own right, people talk about rents in apartments and so forth, but in your situation, you've seen increases in rents in Western Sydney in these giant industrial lots of some 48% over the past 12 months. I mean, that is truly staggering to be able to get a rental increase of that amount.
Yeah, well, it just shows you how tight it is. I mean, we have nil, space available today. We've got some more buildings coming through, but it just shows you how tight the demand is there. There's no available space. You've got the cost of construction has gone up, the cost of the land's gone up. That's the sort of rent that we need to be getting to make these buildings viable.
I'll tell you what, Lindsay, Partridge, always great to chat to you and have you on the program, and many thanks for your time today.
Thank you for having me.